Hello and welcome to Actual Reviews in English, another TLDR look at what I've reviewed, where I force myself to say something good, something bad, what I think is the best and what I think is the worst, all in my own opinion, of course. And today it's the Aroma Audio FEI WAN. Now, these IEMs have been sent to me as part of a tour. I have no affiliation with Aroma Audio or with anybody else. You can find out more by checking out the full review, which is linked in the description, or just head over to actualreviews.com. Okay, so starting off with something good. Well, I find these IEMs, let's see if we can focus on that. These IEMs are rather large. There's a lot going on in there. There's 2 dynamic drivers and 10 balanced armature drivers inside. It's jam-packed full, so they're a rather large set of IEMs. But they are very, very comfortable. If you notice, the nozzle has sort of got this curve to it, and they sort of follow the shape of a custom IEM, even though they're universals. And I just find that they are very, very comfortable. Everybody's ear is different, but for me, I just put them in and within seconds, they felt like I'd been wearing them forever. They are really, really comfortable. They're not very heavy for the amount of stuff they've got going on. And as I say, even for really, really long listening sessions, I just found them extremely comfortable. Something bad. Well, the price. These are a €4,500 set of IEMs, so the price is going to be a bad thing for a lot of people. It's a lot of money to drop on a set of IEMs. They're not the most expensive IEMs out there. They're not even the most expensive IEMs by Aroma, but they are an expensive set of IEMs, so $4,500 is going to be a bad thing for a lot of people. The best. The best to me is the fact that they are different, yet great. Let me explain. I was listening to these for like a week before I even looked at before I got around to measuring them. And when I measured them and looked at the graph, it was one of those cases where you go, "Oh, that's not what I was hearing." And they really don't, or at least I would never have guessed that frequency response from listening to them. They managed to be, for example, in the upper mids, there's sort of like it's reduced in the upper mids compared to so many other models, which does a very good job of reducing harshness and sibilance and all that kind of thing, because it's reduced, let's say, the upper mids and lower treble. And it works well for reducing the harshness and sibilance, yet it manages to do it without losing presence. At least with most of the music that I've been listening, I've been listening to a bunch of music with these, and I just don't find that things seem to be missing. They seem to be there, but they are not harsh. Yet the best thing to me on these, they're very detailed, but it's the placement of detail and the imaging and where all these details are located around you, that I just think these are possibly the best set of IEMs that I've ever heard in that regard. There's, for example, there's a track called Strange Fruit by Dominique Filzame, and that track has a lot of vocal layers. And there's a lot of stuff going on in those vocal layers that you don't really notice unless you're listening to something that is really, really resolving of those vocal layers. And my favorite reproduction of that track has been with the Hi-Fi Man HE1000 SE and with the Hi-Fi Man Susvara. And these do a job that is up there with those. They really, really are impressive. I think that's the thing that's most blown me away with this is not the detail itself, because they are very, very detailed, but there are lots of detail sets out there, but just how it uses and places that detail and everything is just where it should be without becoming overwhelming. The worst, well, if you can't afford $4,500, the worst is going to be the price. But for me personally, the worst is the actual aesthetics. This is a very personal thing, so it's not very fair to them because, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but I'm just not a fan of this yellow with this like golden yellow shiny stuff going on. And it's even difficult to catch on camera, but yeah, the aesthetics are just something that I'm not overly keen on. But anyway, as I say, that's a very personal thing, so that's going to be something that everybody can decide for themselves. If you want to know more, I'll go into a lot more detail in the full review, which, as I say, is linked in the description, or just head over to actualreviews.com, and I'll be back with another one soon. See you later.